Good afternoon, everybody. I am Tom Anthony, trainee social worker of Sree Sabareesa College, Kerala. PG Department of Social Work, Sree Sabareesa College are organized 7 webinars and 4 panel discussion in collaboration with Lantern, the Social Work Students Association of Sree Sabareesa College. Sree Sabareesa College is India's first aided arts and science college run by Malayari Educational Trust under the mother organization Aikya Malayara Mahasabha. Survival from socioeconomic impact of COVID-19 on families and communities is a very relevant topic to be discussed during this time. Today's webinar aims at talking about different aspects of the above topic. Before the session begins, let me introduce our speaker, Mr. Sajo Joy, Assistant Professor of Social Work Department, BVM Holy Cross College, Cherpungal, Kerala. He is a renowned social worker and the President of Kerala Association for Professional Social Workers, Kottayam Chapter. Next, let me invite trainee social worker Adira Chandran for welcome speech.
Good afternoon to all. First of all, thank you all for your presence and time. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. The session will be led by Mr. Sajo Joy, Assistant Professor of Social Work Department, BVM Holy Cross College, Cherpungal, Kerala. And also he is the President of Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, Kottayam Chapter. With great pleasure, we welcome you, sir, to our program. Next, I would like to welcome our respected Principal in charge, Professor V.G. Harish Kumar, to this meeting. Next, I welcome our faculties, Mr. Rijesh M. and Ms. Neeraja Raj to this program. Finally, I welcome each and every participant gathered here to our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Adira. Let me invite Mr. Sajo Joy for taking the session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Can I share this screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had enabled it.
Okay. Can you see that? Can you see my slide?
No, sir.
Just a minute.
Sajo, sir, is there any issue?
Just a minute. Just a minute. I shall give you. Can you show from there? Yeah. Some technical problem.
Sajo, sir, then I can share the screen.
Just a minute.
You can.
Okay. Can you show? Can you see? Can you see now? My slides.
Sajo, sir, black screen.
Can you see?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some technical problem. We shall start now. Everything is okay. Then, firstly, I would also like to thank the HOD staff of Social Work Department, Sabareesa College, for inviting me to take the webinar, this event, and also I sincere convey my gratitude to Mr. Tom, who invited me to this section. We are taking a very relevant topic that I already told. We come to that topic. What I am saying here is not a scientifically proven, but it is some of the recommendations that I have made from my own experience. These are things to research. You can take this. Some recommendations are and you can take for research in future. Advanced preventive measures do not work now. We cannot suggest any advanced preventive measures to do in this situation, because but still the COVID-19 is going on. Let's start, let us start with some preparation. We can take some preparation to overcome the COVID-19 impact, especially in socio-economic impact. Yeah, now we are just starting our step. Okay. Before that, we need to realize the situation. We know COVID-19 background is one of things that hinders our from moving forward in life. Before solving any problem, one must fully understand what the problem is. We need to understand the depth of the problem. Accurate impact measurement is still not possible because the effect are still occurring. It is still in the first and the second stage. If disaster happening, we will any disaster we will face four stages. The first and second stages we are now. So we cannot accurate impact measurement still not possible, but we shall understand the depth of the problem. I am coming. I am taking your mind to one imaginary parable. I am taking one. I am telling one parable. Your mind come to that imaginary parable. If imagine COVID-19 crisis as a river, we are all trying to cross that river and we need to reach other side. You need a bridge to cross that river. It is necessary to build that bridge. The bridge requires cement, sand, metal, and wire, and iron core, etc. Before that, you need to look at what kind of bridge you want. It need to know the depth of the river that I show here. You need to realize the depth of the problem. COVID-19 crisis is just like you just consider it's just like a river. We need to cross across that river. So we are going to build a bridge. Our survival method are we are using for building a bridge to cross the river. Okay. It needs to know that we need to know the depth of the river before we build a bridge. We need to know the depth of the river. At times, our problem are just like a sea. Sometimes the COVID-19 crisis is just like a sea. For somebody, it is a big problem, and somebody, it is a small problem. Somebody, it is just like a sea. Somebody, it is just like a small stream, and somebody, it is just like a river. Anyway, we need to cross that trouble situation. Yes, we are going to build a small bridge or big bridge or a huge big bridge to cross our problem affected and happened from COVID-19 situation. I just showed you a picture that if it is a small problem, then you use just a bridge with a wooden and some bamboo trees. Bamboo are using for big bridge. It's a big problem. We need to take up action for that also. We are coming. Before that, we need to realize the problems. COVID-19. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. The PPT is not yet opened. We can only see the your file manager.
Okay.
Showing.
Okay. What happened? Can you see?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Yes, yes.
Visible. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, coming to this picture. Just like we just imagine our problem is just like a river when we need to build a bridge to cross that river. Before that, we need to realize what the main problem happened in through the socio-economic impact in COVID-19. And just go to this. The UN framework, the immediate economic crisis. Just a minute. Okay. UN framework for the immediate socio-economic response to the COVID-19 crisis warns that the COVID-19 pandemic is far more than a health crisis. It is affecting the societies and economics at their core. While the impact of pandemic will vary from country to country, it will most likely increase the poverty and inequalities at a global scale, making achievement of SDGs Sustainable Development Goals even more urgent. Socioeconomic crisis. COVID-19 socioeconomic impact vary from person to person. For someone, it is a big problem. Someone, it is a small problem. Let us get more idea about to give the depth of the problem. Before we putting up any survival method, we need to plan for that survival method. Before that, we need we need to realize the problem. Socioeconomic, some of the problems. Unemployment. The coronavirus crisis has led to spike in the country's unemployment rate, 27.11% for the week ended May 3rd, up from under 7% level before the start of the pandemic in mid-March. The Center of Monitoring Indian Economy has said. Still now, the unemployment problem is rising. Many migrant laborers are coming from outside to India. They lost their job and all. Then overpopulation. There are reports that lockdown could lead to millions of unintended pregnancy across the world. In India, the family planning programs came to standstill during the lockdown, and the lack of access to contraceptive has made matters worse. And poverty, the big problem we are going to face in future. As we reach 4.79 million cases of coronavirus infection and more than 380,000 deaths around the world, low and middle income countries continue to wrestle with the economic fallout from the pandemic and the response to it. Food supply disruption, rising poverty, and deteriorating industries remain top concern as countries consider exit strategies for responding business and lifting lockdowns in bid to avoid the worsening economic crisis. Poverty. We are going to face a very big problem in the economic impact of COVID, that is poverty, unemployment. For children who are already poor and vulnerable, the situation is worsening. Those who had managed to emerge from poverty are falling back. There will be children who never experienced poverty before. Our children are not experienced before the real situation of poverty, but our ancestors and our grandfathers are faced that problem, but our children are not faced till now. Now falling into poverty, most of these families are not covered by any existing social welfare support, and in many cases do not have any kind of job and salary protection. After the pandemic, the situation, as the world attempt was to flatten the curve of the virus, it is now equally important to flatten the curve of the socio-economic impact on children and their families. Curve with a higher deadly potential for children and families. Shutdown caused daisy chain of lost income. If a factory worker loses their job, they will not buy food from street vendors who will then be unable to afford to buy their ingredients from the market, and the market seller will have little no money to buy produce from the farmer. They will all struggle to provide for their children. The result is an unexpected dramatic, fast and prolonged increase in the child poverty in the region. Till now, I am just showing the depth of the problem. It is more than that I already that I said. It is a big issue we need to face in the future, but we need to survive. We need to survive. We just think our mind again and again. We need to survive. There is no shortcut to survive because the situation is very worst now. Okay, we set our mind, we will survive. If we know the depth of the problem, we can find a solution accordingly. We need to have mind setting to do whatever it happened, and we move on. Whatever it happened, we move on. We cannot die with corona. We cannot uh, do with survive. We need to survive. No matter how big the problem may seem, I have to handle of myself that I can solve the problem. You just mind. It is not just a research type of paper. It is not just like a informative topic. When we need to motivate to do survival, we will start our survival method. No matter how big the problem, again I told you, no matter how big the problem may seem, I have to handle myself. You need to again we need to say our mind, I have to handle myself that I solve them. Yes, this is our great Charles Darwin. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Yes, as Darwin put in it, it is not the intelligentsia who hold on the struggle for the survival, but those who can change with the change of the strive for it. We need to accept the change. We need to change according to the change of the world. Then the natural selection will happen. Darwin put forward that the natural selection theory. So for the natural selection, we need to struggle. Then we will survive in the world in the future. Don't think I cannot survive. If you feel that you can never survive, then you will be tired. Then no matter how big the problem, just read it, may seem I have to handle of myself that I can solve the problem. Take care of your emotional health. Before we need to survive, need to study about the survival method, we need how some mental health and emotional health you need to practice. It is natural to feel stress, anxiety, grief, and worry during and after a disaster. Everyone reacts differently, and your own feelings will change over time. Notice and accept how you feel. Taking care of your emotional health during an emergency will help you think clearly and react to the urgent need to protect yourself and your family. Safe care during an emergency will help your long-time healing. Yes, for your emotional health, take care of your body health. When you become health, then you can help others and you can motivate others to survive. Take care of your body. Try to eat healthy, well-balanced meal. Exercise regularly and get plenty of sleep. Avoid alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. Learn more about mental health. Connect with others. Share your concern and how you are feeling with a friend or family members. Maintain healthy relationship and build a strong support system. Take break. Make time to unwind and remind yourself that strong feeling will fade. Try taking in deep breath. Try to activities you usually enjoy. Stay informative. When you feel that you are missing information, you may become more stressed and nervous. Watch, listen, or read the news for updates from officials. You just listen only the news from the officials. Beware that there may rumors during the crisis, especially social media. Always check your source and to reliable source. If it is reliable source or of information like your location government authorities are giving. Avoid too much exposure to news. Nowadays, the social media are again and again putting the disaster news again and again. In different groups, we get the same news, but that news will disappoint us to survive. Avoid too much exposure to news. Take a break from the watching, reading, listening news stories. It can be upsetting to hear about the crisis and see image repeatedly. Try to do enjoyable activity and return to normal life as much as possible and check for update between break. We need to get information. We need news, but don't give so much time to hear the news. Some survival methods I am giving that we already know the methods, but we need to implement and execute this method in your life. Then we can survey. Sure. One, proper planning. We need to plan properly in family and community. Family budgeting. It is one of the main thing. We are going to face a big problem related to poverty, and then we are not rich as much as earlier. Then we need to budget our family budgeting and realize the condition of the state. We need to realize the condition of the state revenue and do activity with that. Spend your money according to your income and budget accordingly. About family budgeting and saying spend according to your income and budget accordingly. After a while, the treasury will be empty. After 2-3 months, the treasury will be empty. Then we need to plan how to use our income for our expense. Realize the condition of the state. Promote young entrepreneurship. Yes, start a new venture with our resource, increase protection and motivate young people for entrepreneurial activity, protect their mental and physical health. The young entrepreneurs, young people need to protect their mental and physical health to start a new entrepreneurship, to start up. I know there are many problems in the now situation, but we are just starting the survival strategy. Just put forward the first step of the survival strategy now. We need survey. Again, we say that we think ourselves, we need survey, then we need to use this simple thing. These are the simple things. We know this area, but we need to do it because we are coming to a big zero. Make policy to youth development. In anywhere, community or government make policy to youth development. Youth must realize the situation. First of all, the youth must realize the situation. What is the real situation? It is very worse situation. This coming days, coming month, coming year, we cannot predict the correct situation. Then the youth must realize the situation. Increase protection. Increase protection means give the mind positive thought without being afraid. For increase the production, engage in farming and other related activities offline and not just at our manpower online while at home. Don't use much time to the online business and all thing. You just increase your startup of agricultural area, increase production. Satisfy basic need with the minimum standard. It is our for the survival method of the socioeconomic impact of family. A family need to satisfy their basic need with the minimum standard. we must think that we must think that we have gone backward. After 2-3 months, we will go on backward. Don't think that rich is the same as before. We will suffer. Uh, uh, our parents and all suffered from the poverty, but we need to realize the situation. Yes, we are starting from the zero. Our set our mind. We are starting from the zero. After 2-3 months, we cannot predict the situation of the COVID, but our starting from the zero. What will be start from the zero? We need to dig and agricultural field. In some way, we can say that agricultural level is grassroots level. Think about that grassroots level and start from the zero. You will and accept and response with the changes. If there is any changes, then accept. Innovation, new innovation should be come. And we need to take a risk. Then there will be a reward. Try to make a success story. Till now, the any survival success story was there till now, but we are the first person to make a success story to show the others how can I survive. Sometimes it may take from the agricultural area and the production area. Then you make a success story to show others how you survived from the socio-economic impact of COVID-19. Search for new technologies. Survival strategies of business during COVID-19. Tracking expense against the revenue status. We are all doing some online business and all. We are going to start a business. Now, in COVID situation, tracking expense against the revenue status, checking the feasibility of the business model, plan policy for the next 3 months or 9 months or 18 months. Don't need to make your plan and you don't put your investment for the long time. Just 3 months and 9 months. In COVID situation, it is needed. Be patient in securing investment. Nowadays, the online business are going on very regular in different area. Some people are investing money for the online business and some are playing rummies. Don't waste your time to that area. You just use your time for the production area. In community survival, human security is important. For community development, social distance is there, but mental distance is not there. Refuse the mental distance. Help others understand their needs and enable to keep pace of the change. Protect the human life, engage social organization and community. In last few months, we have seen that it is not possible to come close to creating a social organization, but to be able to sit at a distance. We can now create a social organization in our distance. Must be able to help the vulnerable people, a vulnerable group in the community, even at a social distance. Because everyone should be careful to have a socio-economic impact on the community. In the long run, the revenue will be less. Cost should be reduced accordingly. So for the community survival, we need a coordination. I know there is limitation for the organization and social organization and community organization. There is a limitation, but our mind is going to set, when I survive, my family survive, then my community will survive. Yes, we have skilled manpower. How can we survive? Then if any question come, we have skilled manpower. We have technology. And I'm talking in this Indian scenario, skilled manpower. If we check out SWOT analysis, if you analyze SWOT analysis, strength of India is skilled manpower, technology. Yes, raw materials. We have a very large raw materials. We have abundant of natural resources, agricultural land. It is our thing. In this scenario, we have agricultural land. survival history. We have survival history. Our ancestors and our grandparents, they survived from many crises, many pandemic crises. They survived from there. We have these skilled manpower, technology, raw materials, abundance of natural resources, agricultural land, survival history. Then use it and survive. We need to survive because it is a struggle. It is a fight against the COVID-19 impact. We cannot die with COVID-19. We cannot disappointed with the COVID-19 crisis. You just start one step, first step. Yes, it is made by human being. Just to see the bridge. Firstly, I told, just imagine the COVID crisis. If any crisis, it is just like a river or sea, then we will survive. We will cross that. Once this sea was an obstacle, once this sea was a very crisis, but human being made this bridge. The pitch will be dug before large building and bridges are built. We are in that pitch. Yes, now we are in that pitch right now. Each of our effort to return is the first step. Each of us need to effort. Not the government need to do, not the authorities need to do. No, we need to survive that. Every thought for survival is the first stone of the which to build a large building or a bridge. Now, every thought of survival, you have to motivate to survive from the COVID crisis. Every thought for survival is the first stone on the which to build a large building or a bridge. It is the time for everyone to dig. That is the first survival method. Yes. Say, I can, I will survive. Think about our safety, safety of our family, safety of community. Make an effort, your effort. Make an effort for basic, make effort to support a family basic need, strive to basic need of community in all start with us. Okay, for some, after this class, just I'm just saying that for some it is a simple thing. These things seem it is not a relevant, but for some it may seem significant. Anything happened at anything you think we need survive from the COVID-19 situation. We need to build a bridge across the river of COVID-19 crisis. You don't go through the river without a bridge, because inside that river there will be a big uh, ferocious fishes, and everything will be there. Dangerous situation inside that river. So we cannot go through the river. We need to start to build a bridge. Now onwards, we need to start our small effort, or think about the survival methods. Any method you can use to survive. Public, primary sector, agriculture. You just take a step to that. You just grow a plant for foods. You may just make foods for yourself, and that will be a first step. Others will make some business entrepreneurship techniques, and you just think about the entrepreneurship techniques. That will help you to survive from the COVID-19 crisis. These things are I just share about you. Again, I told you, to some person it will be a significant topic. For others, it may seem like just a simple thing. But if it is a symbol, or if it is a significant, we need to survive from the crisis. First step, we start from the zero. We start from the zero. Your mind will set to survive. Survive in everywhere. We need to survive. Again, we say yourself, we need to survive. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Socio sir, for leading a great session. It's time for doubt clarification session. Participants can raise their questions either by unmuting themselves or posting questions in the chat box.
More than questions, you need to give us some suggestions to survive. Firstly, I told it is not a research topic. It is something from my experience. I created some concept and put forward you. More than your questions, I can. If you ask questions, if I know, I will answer anything. More than that, you can say some suggestions because I give you some research type area. You can research in this area and COVID-19 is going on now because I cannot say any such a survival method. We can we set our mind that we need to start something. Okay. Yes, one question I have seen. What do you think the bridge for a common man to overcome? Yes, common man. It is not a sea. Not, common man. It is not a big river. For a common man, it is a stream. They can make a bridge as as um, as they can as their ability. Use our ability to make that bridge. Use your resource. That you. Another question is any fieldwork opportunities in social work. Nowadays, the situation is very problematic. We can do our fieldwork in from our home itself. Any phone calls and counseling.
So there is another question.
Ah.
Everyone knew that we are in a pandemic situation. Could you give a model for start a step?
Give a model for start a step. Only the step is start production. Do your work inside in the premises of your home. Start the first stone to build that bridge. Your first stone will be the effort you give for the agricultural area. We need we are telling many things and we speak everything, but we need to start from the beginning. Beginning means our premises. Our premises, we have resources and manpower is ourselves. We use that and to start the production area. Many ending their living issues, loneliness, depression as point to survival. What is your stand? Okay, I shall say one answer. What is the role of social worker in the pandemic situation? Yes, now I did the main role. Motivate your family members, motivate your community members to do the first step to survive. Don't be panic, as government told. Don't be panic, but be aware. Don't be tensed, but we need to take a first step. The social worker need to motivate ourselves, motivate our family members and our community members to overcome this crisis. The social worker is actually building the bridge, and we um, we are just like a leader to lead the others to cross the river. We are the first person, we are the contractor, like constructor, to build that bridge. Did COVID-19 will destroy community strength or improve in the situation like this? Did COVID-19 destroy community strength? That I already told. We have now the social distance is there, but we don't have a mental distance. We can come together with our mind. Now we come together in the Zoom section. We can come together our mind settings. Social distance is there, but okay, I know it is not a research type of paper. It is not a scientifically proved paper, but it is the starting stage now. Not accurately, we are not from the starting stage, but after 3 months, we need to start. We need to face the starting stage. That means everything will be come to the zero. The economic crisis, our family. We need to spend our spending according to income, not just like before the COVID-19. We need to adjust more and more to use our income in the future. Especially the youth will think about that. Use your income properly with a planning, how to use your income properly and spend your money, not just like before pre COVID-19 period. We have plenty of money, we have many opportunities, but a big river flows in front of us. We need to cross that. COVID-19 situation is a big river. Sometimes it is just like a sea. We are just now also we are in the one side and we are panic, and we think how to cross this river. We always think how to cross the river, how to cross the COVID-19 situation. Think again and again. You think your positive mind. I will survive, and transfer the survival survival uh, our mind, positive mind to our family and the community, and then you can survive. Anyway, we will survive after, because we have success stories in the past. The present situation, we cannot improve the normal people. One question I have seen: what are the main ways to improve the normal people economy in this situation? Use your money with yourself. Make your food from your land. Use your manpower to make your food for you. Now in the present situation, it is very impossible, but do and do one thing. You take one step, first step, then we will do that. second step. Let us see. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, Thank you, Sajajai, for your nice input. You started
Thank you.
with that imaginary,
Thank you.
bridge. It was very nice. It was very nice. I'm Raj Shegran, assistant professor from Kripaniti Degree College,
Okay.
from the Department of Social Work. No, it went very nicely. You put the things. I have to. I appreciate for that. But
Thank you,
only
sir. Thank you.
one little clarification. See, these are all okay. India is known for its survival, and Indian people mentality towards survival is far better than the Western people. I hope you agree with me in this statement what I make. But only thing that there are certain vulnerable groups.
Yes.
For example, I'll tell you that if suppose somebody, an aged person who is just confined to bed, who cannot even make a move, and he is isolated, maybe he
Yes.
is
Yes.
destitute, such people, like their conditions about survival, it's a query, it's a question mark. We do not know. So those areas, so I do not know. Even I do not know what to do. I'm just asking, just to clarify. Is there anything you can
I
share with
I
me?
don't have much clarification how to do, how to face the old age people's problem. Still now they are in the home.
Yeah.
Uh,
No.
the young people to support them. That's
Yeah.
those who can, those who
Yeah.
able to survive, they can survive them also. Just to hand, they support the old age people.
Yeah. Of
Youngsters
course,
can support them.
even I don't know what to do.
Uh,
So the thing is that there are certain areas that we are unable to comment, we are unable to predict, we are unable
yes.
to come with anything. So actually, part and parcel. See, there are certain things we call it necessary evil. Sometimes which is beyond our control. So, for
Yeah.
example, okay, you gave a very good thought, all the social impact, fine, several, very nice. It's really nice.
Thank you.
That also we must build, an awareness. We must capacitate the people with awareness. That is also good. For example, if the COVID, suppose if it extends for, still a longer duration, if it continues for another 6 months, think about the condition, the
Uh,
worsening state. So then one by one everything will get collapsed, isn't it?
yes.
So in that condition, I do not know what we are going to do. It is just like anyway the theory of Darwin, Charles Darwin,
Mm,
survival of fittest.
yes.
Anybody who adapts to that, they'll come up. Others who are ignorant and innocent might be,
Yes.
to be suppressed by others.
We cannot predict. Actually, we cannot
Yeah.
predict the future.
Anyway, nice to listen to you. Thank you,
Thank.
Sajaj Joy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Sir, there are
Yes.
some questions on the YouTube live.
Yes.
Uh,
If I
how
am
do
able.
you see black marketing a panic situation for middle class families? Why many people started making out of a panic situation? COVID also showed real heroes, but why everyone doesn't understand?
Once again, tell me.
How do you see black marketing as a panic situation for middle class families? Why many people started making out of a panic situation? COVID also showed real heroes, but why everyone doesn't understand?
Black market. That means online marketing, isn't it? Actually, I didn't understand the question really. Um,
Okay, sir, there is another question.
Okay.
What do you think about online education platform post-COVID? Shouldn't government standardize and bring online platforms to see at the same acceptability like orthodox one?
Online education is okay. Is it a question or suggestion?
He's asking about what do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think about
What do you think about the online education and or the what do you think online education and
online education platform post-COVID? Shouldn't government standardize and bring uh, online platforms too at the same acceptability like orthodox one?
okay, online platform. Actually, I'm not taking class about online platform, but it is just like a survival method that you are using online platform. In the present situation, we can do only like that online platform and person who are able to do that and survive with that situation. I cannot say much more about it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
There are many suggestions and observations related to this topic. I know it will be there because the situation is unpredictable. That is the one reason where it is going. But as my opinion, you just start ourselves to survive, to start and to set our mindset. We can survive, especially the youth. Especially the youth can help children. Youth can help old age people. So the middle youth can set our mind. I can survive. It is not a scientifically proved. It is just my opinion. It is just my observation from my experience and all. The youth should take over the challenge. We need to survive. Youth are the youth people from age 15 to 30 or 40. They are the manpower. They can help the children. They can help the old age people to move a new era of post COVID-19 years. Thank you.
Professor, that was very fantastic idea. Sir, you show a picture. Construction of a bridge over the river. Like that, we have to cross this pandemic. We have to construct a bridge together with the participation of all the people, all the population. So I think in your picture, we can construct a bridge to cross this pandemic corona. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nice presentation, sir. A very fantastic idea you presented.
Thank you, sir.
So I believe there are no further questions. Next, I invite trainee social worker Kishore Abraham for delivering vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to a respected resource person of the day, participants from different states across India. It's my privilege to deliver vote of thanks in this auspicious occasion. So, on behalf of PG Department of Social Work, Sree Sabareesa College, Kerala, I extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Sajo Joy, Assistant Professor, BVM College, Cherpungal, Kerala, and President of Kerala Association of Professional Social Workers, Kottayam Chapter. So, I take this opportunity to thank Professor V.G. Harish Kumar, Principal of Sree Sabareesa College, for providing assistance to conduct this webinar in a successful way. I also thank our faculties, Mr. M. Jijish and Ms. Neeraja Raj, for providing guidance and support to conduct this webinar in an effective way. Finally, I thank all the participants across India for joining with us in this webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kishore.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for being such a wonderful audience and utilizing this program to its most.
Thank you. One
Thank
more
you,
thing.
Sajja
One
sir.
more thing. One more thing. One more thing. Just one more thing. There are many questions in the chat box. That questions you asked yourself, and you can find out the answer. Yes. Thank you. You just research about that questions and find out the solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajja sir.